Welcome back to StarrSoaps channel. How are you today? I'm doing good. My name's StarrSoapy, if you didn't know me. I'm the Queen Soaper here at StarrSoaps. That's right, and I'm trying to get to 6,000 subscribers so I can do a big giveaway. So help me out. Hit that subscribe button and become a member of the StarrSoaps family. Today I'm going to be making the second in a Christmas series of soaps, and if you missed the first one I'll leave a link below to when I made the other Christmas soap. This one is my Christmas candy cane soap. Now you might be thinking, candy cane in a soap? Is that possible? Well, I'm going to show you. Yes, it is! This has been a best-selling Christmas soap for StarrSoaps for the last 4 years running. So I have to make it again. I can't let the people down. It's going to be minty and sweet, just like the candy, with the same colours and swirled and beautiful. And I don't want to say any more because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So come along with me and I'll show you how I make it. Squee! Okay, so first things first, what do you think we're going to do? That's right, you guessed it. We're going to add our cooled lye water to our cooled oils. Now, if you're thinking, what is lye water, StarrSoapy? Please, can you explain? I will. Lye water is simply distilled, purified water. In my case, I use rainwater with caustic soda added. And you always add your caustic soda crystals to your water and never the other way around. This is simple chemistry, guys. Once the lye water has cooled down, because it's an exothermic reaction and it gets really hot when you first add it, then you can go ahead and add it to your oils. When they're at about the same temperature as each other, bring it to a light trace and you're on your way to making soap. So I've already added menthol crystals into my oils for a bright minty zing, and now I'm going to add my strawberry fragrance oil because we want this to smell just like candy canes, which to me are strawberry and mint. So I'm going to be making my very best attempt at a red and white soap. And red is a really hard one for me. I don't have a good red mica at the moment. I've got a good pink mica, but I do have a red brick oxide. So that's what I've mixed up into that little cup. And here is that pink oxide, which is in fact labelled as red oxide. I beg your pardon, mica. This is pink mica. But yeah, it's labelled as red mica on the jar, and it really comes out as this gorgeous hot pink. It should be called hot pink. But anyhow, I'm going to separate it into 2 jugs here so that I make sure I get a nice equal portion of my reddy-ish coloured soap and my white soap, so that when I pour it into my moulds, I'll get a nice even layer of each of the colours. I've tried doing this soap in lots of different designs in the past, so I'll leave links below so you can check out those videos if you want to, where I've tried layering up perfect lines, and I've tried doing different types of swirls with it, and like just lots of different ideas until I've settled on the design that I was happy with. This year I was going to try again at the stripy look, especially once my soap seemed to be behaving so well. But you'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. So I've got my soap mixed in with the mica here, and now I'm going to go ahead and add the cup of soap that I've mixed in with the oxide. Oxide usually needs a bit of a more thorough blending into the soap than mica does, I've found. So that's why I did that in a separate cup, so I could just use my spatula to mix them gently and bring them all together. I haven't really achieved the desired shade of red that I was going for, but I have succeeded in slightly darkening up that hot pink. So I'm just going to stick with that and go ahead now. I really need to order some more mica from micamama.com. She had the best red I've ever used. So now a decent whap of titanium dioxide, which has been mixed into water, gets added into the other jug, and I quickly realised I'm not going to have enough room in my jug for all my soap. So I pour as much of the base into the coloured jug as possible, and then I'm going to take the white jug and scrape it all back into the bigger pot because I just didn't have enough room to work. So here we are, we've got this lovely creamy white soap in this beautiful kind of a deep dusty reddy pink colour. The pink is definitely a lighter trace than the white is, which I think has something to do with the titanium dioxide. Whenever I add titanium dioxide, it always seems to cause that portion of the soap to just thicken up a little bit more. So you can sort of see it here. I've got a soup consistency and then a sort of a cream consistency here with these two soaps. So I think this might actually help me with layering them up. So I'm going to go ahead now, grab my molds and start pouring the soap into the mold. As you can see here while I'm pouring, this pinky red soap is definitely a lot more fluid, and that allows me to carefully pour it over that white layer without breaking through into that white layer. This is something I've had difficulty with when I've tried to do layered soaps in the past. I want the soap just thick enough that this can happen, but as soon as it goes beyond this stage and becomes slightly too thick, it becomes impossible for me to get nice straight lines in my final soap. I have been advised by people, so I will give you this advice as well, to separate your lye and your oils out into separate amounts and only mix them as you need them. Now, I have tried this once before, but it affected the shade of white. And again, I will leave links below. You can go and check out my other attempts at making candy cane soap and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So for me personally, I don't like splitting the lye and the oils up. I end up making a lot more soapy dishes that way as well. So I try to do it this way. I really want to just mix up the batch and make it all in one go. I mean, ain't nobody got time for that, right? But as you can see here, this white soap is a lot thicker and I'm sort of plopping and glopping it in and then tapping the molds down while the pink soap is perfect and it's sort of flowing over the top. So at the end of the day, I decide not to use my hanger tool. Oh no, I can't believe it. I really kind of regret that decision in hindsight. But I sort of felt like, oh, maybe I got some layers here and I wanted to see what they looked like. So here you go. Okay, now all the soap is in the mould and I'm just going along with the skewer like I did before with the white. And I'm not really doing this for a decorative reason. I'm kind of more doing it to help it all settle flat into the mould because all the soap has gotten a little bit thick now. And the thickness that it has gotten to gives me an idea. In the past, when I've made candy cane soap, I've piped it up really, really high one time, and then I've just done little individual dollops on another one. And I kind of liked it better with the smaller piping than I did with the big, huge, mounded up top. And it also helps when I come to packaging my soap if I don't have a big, huge piped top. So I get a cool tip, which I'm sorry, I don't know the name of this one, but it is a really standard tip and it kind of does remind me of peppermint candy. And I just go along and I pipe a little single dollop along the top. I'm not trying to match it up for each bar to have a single dollop. I'm just using up the last of the soap here and I actually love how it turns out. So we have glitter and we have gorgeous little Soapy Starrs, and I think this turned out super gorgeous, super festive and downright edible. I really do hope that you enjoyed watching me make this soap as much as I've enjoyed making it. This year I was so nervous about making candy cane soap because my supplier discontinued my candy cane fragrance oil. So I've been very proud of myself for finding a way to get the minty strawberry soap that people have gotten used to being able to buy from StarrSoaps at Christmas time and making it again despite all of the little obstacles that were in my path. So it was the middle of the night when I got up to cut these bars and I did not film the cutting. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. But what I did do is I came back the next morning and I filmed all these cut bars and they look super groovy. It's not a pinstripe look. It doesn't really represent that stripy candy cane look, but I love it. Maybe I'm biased, but I really do love it. It smells great. It looks good. They're nice, generous sized bars. They weigh a little bit more than my regular bars do. So my regular bars weigh about 120 grams and these weigh more like 160 grams. So it's a good, generous chunk of pepperminty, sweet strawberry, candy, delicious soap. And you just got to get your hands on a bar for Christmas. It won't be the same without it. So I'm just going to show you some pictures now. We've got the wet soap in the mould, which just looks absolutely beautiful to me. And I've taken photos from all sorts of different angles here, trying to show you just how pretty they look. I'm so chuffed with these soaps. And I'm really extra stoked that I managed to make it, even though I didn't have that candy cane fragrance oil. And they smell great, so yahoo! The this week I would like to highlight Amy G. Turner and her beautiful geode bath bombs. Now I think I have shared this picture before, but I simply had to share it again. She really inspires me, guys. Amy posts her creations in our group a lot and they really fill me with inspiration, and I can't really thank her enough. There's been a lot of times when Amy has been one of the only people posting regularly in StarrSoap's family and filling me up with her soapy love, so I want to say thanks to Amy. And if you'd like your pictures shared, then please come join our group over on Facebook and share your creations with us. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!